Let's see how we can do people counting with the Ultralytics YOLO26 model in a shopping mall. So we can have multiple different regions defined where you want to count how many people are here. This is pretty cool for doing different types of analytics, insights into retail stores, shopping malls, airports, pretty much any situation where you have queues or big zones of people. Let's just jump straight into it. I've opened up the Ultralytics documentation. If we go inside the solutions tab, then already into the Ultralytics framework, we have built in object counting. So we want to do object track detection, object tracking on top of it. So we assign an ID and we detect the specific objects. This can be any object that you're counting in any zone. Doesn't have to be people in a shopping mall. It could also be objects on a conveyor belt, in a production line, industrial setting. All use cases are pretty much possible. It's just if you have objects that you want to count in specific regions, you can use the Ultralytics solutions pretty much out of the box. So if you just scroll a bit further down, you can see we have some logistics. We're counting boxes going in and out. We have some fish counting, how many are crossing this region. You can have a line, you can have a region, you can define everything. So check out the documentation here. I'm just going to open up our code editor and I have a Python script setting everything up. So we can see a demo here to start with. We have a few different zones on escalators where people are walking up and down, and then we can count how many people are on the escalators at the same time. This can be used for analytics into which floors are the most busy, how many people is on a given floor at a specific time, and also just real-time analytics into it. So let's take a look at our actual Python script where we can see it. Let me just make it a bit bigger so you guys can see what's going on. So first of all, we just need to, from Ultralytics, import YOLO. We need to define our regions. This is pretty much the only thing that we have to do. Then we can bring our own model. We can use a fine-tuned model or like a pre-trained model out of the box. We just define what classes that we want to detect. If we scroll a bit further down, we then have our zone counter here. And again, this is just our own custom class. Everything will be down in the description. You can fine tune it for your own specific needs and project, or you can just use it from the documentation directly out of the box. So we have our class here that we're going to go through. This is just visualization settings, not really that important. If you want to change some colors, labels, you can do it up here. So when we initialize our zone counter, we need to specify our polygons. We can have multiple polygons defined depending on how many regions or how many zones we want to do object counting in. We can specify our model path. We're just going to use the YOLO26 nano model as default, because then we can get the specific class, which is just the person that we want to detect and count in our region. But you can bring your own model here. You just need to swap out the path and it's going to run with your own custom model. And you can also bring in your own custom business logic here or send the results, do analytics on top of it. If you have this as a base, you feed it into Claude Code, Codex, whatever coding tool that you're using, then you can pretty much just build out any use case and the business logic on top of it. So we create an instance of our YOLO model here. We specify the classes, the confidence score, image size, the device you want to run it on, and that's pretty much everything when we initialize our zone counter. So then we just have a few helper methods here, pretty much just to clean up our polygon zone so it both renders and also tests correctly where we're detecting the people inside the actual objects. So you can see here remove near duplicate vertices and also reorders the points by angle around the center so edges never cross each other in the multiple regions if they're specified a bit too close or they overlap. So it's just crossing edge break, both fill polygon and also polygon test where we're detecting what objects are within our zone. This is just why we need to clean them up first, and we have this sanitize method. Then we can assign the different zones here, so we can find which zone a point belongs to, and then it picks the zone the points lies devious inside, so overlapping zones are handled in the same way every frame. This is very important when we have consistency across multiple frames. We don't want to have double counts, we don't want to have miscounts or misclassifications in what zone the point should be within. So the points you can define yourself if you want to use the center of the bounding box that we're detecting, the bottom of the bounding box that we're detecting. All these things can be customized inside the code. So now the main functionality is our detect and track. It's very important that we do object tracking so we don't do double counting of the same object and we track the same object across our video. So all we do is just take our model, self.model that we've initialized, and then we call .track. We give it a frame, we give the confidence score, the class that we want to detect, image size, the device, This is everything. Now we get our results out. Then we can just take a for loop iterating through our results, extracting the bounding box coordinates, our track ID, and then we just append that in here. Then we can use our bounding boxes to count our zones, which we have our method under here. So this is going to take all the boxes. This is the output from our detection and track method up here. Then we're pretty much just going to iterate through all our boxes and assign those boxes into our zone. So we have our assigned zone, and again we're just going to take the center of our bounding box, and this is the bottom coordinate, so this is the bottom of our bounding box. You can change this algorithm here to detect the center of the object if you have more like a top-down view on a conveyor belt, for example. That'll show you inside the documentation with the conveyor belt, the packages. Then it would probably be better to use the center of our objects. Then we just have some drawing functionality to draw the zone. We draw the labels, and we have the main draw function in here that takes the frame, the bounding boxes, and also the counts for each zone. So this is just utility functions, drawing all the stuff. You can go into details with that. And then we have our pipeline. So we're going to take in our frame. We're going to take our frame indexes if we want to skip some frames that we're drawing on. And then we just do our detect and track. We always keep track of our last boxes. We're going to use those for pretty much just counting our zones and also drawing our outputs. So then we're going to have our frame with visualizations and the counts, and this is what we're returning from our pipeline. Then we're just going to run it. This is the main run functionality. We have our video. We can just run the video through. It's going to open it up with the video capture in OpenCV. We can also save out the output results here with our video writer. Then we have a while loop. So while it's running, we have our capture, we read in a frame, and then we're just going to throw it into our process function. We get our annotated visualized frame with all our zones, all our detections here annotated. We can write it out to a video, show it with OpenCV. We also just get our counts, so you can use this downstream in your application and projects for something else. That's pretty much everything that we need. We just create an instance of our zone counter and run our counter on our source. That's everything that we need. So then we just need to run our Python script here. Python, we have our zone counter retail py, and then we have our elevator.mp4. There we go. And again, you can specify an RTPS stream, webcam, all these different indexes with OpenCV, and it's going to open it up. So now we can see our results running. This is just on my CPU, but we can see our zone counts. So here we have 1 in zone 5. We have 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I missed one up here. And then we're pretty much just counting each individual zone going on these escalators. Everything that you have to do is just define the zones, run the script. Everything will be down in the description, and you have a full mall, shopping mall, object counter system up and running, and you can take this and use it on any other use case or application that you might have. Hope you learned a ton. Definitely go in and check it out. This is pretty cool, and it's so easy to build computer vision systems with Ultralytics. Hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy building.